Hi, I'm Brian and welcome to Munros for Dogs. On this trip we set out to do the Creag Meagaidh circuit. This is quite a big day out, as you can see from the stats at the beginning of the video, but don't let that put you off doing them. You've got a decent walk in from the car park. We were going to do the route anti-clockwise, which meant we were heading for Carnlia first. This was also the trial run for Cody's new GoPro Hero 10. The idea was to give you a dog's eye view of doing the Munros. He's also able to film sometimes when I can't. If you're climbing the Munros, sometimes you need both hands. Once you start moving into more wooded sections of the path, look out for a curn on your right hand side which will indicate to break track and head up towards the Munro. The terrain is quite hard going, as you can see, so because of this I'm actually quite glad we did it the way round that we did. Otherwise we'd be doing this last, tired after a long day, would not be fun. Eventually you do get out of the woods and move into this kind of potentially bog area. It wasn't too bad for us the time of year we did it, but I can't imagine that will always be the case. I also feel doing the route anti-clockwise means you get the best views as you're going up. And we were really very lucky with the weather, as you can see. There's nothing really here that's going to slow your dogs down or cause them any major problems, but for us it felt like this just went on and on till we got to the summit. As you move higher, you start moving into kind of rocky area, which is a good sign because you're getting close to the top. None of the dogs had an issue with this kind of mini boulder field that you have to walk on to get to the summit. However, I would make sure your dog's pads are ready for doing terrain like this. I would recommend doing a lot of pavement walks with your dogs because that helps toughen up their pads rather than doing lots of grassy field type walks. And after a slog up the hill, we finally reach the summit. We really did get cracking views that day. You're never guaranteed the good weather, but if you're going to do these 3 Munros, I'd at least try and make sure you can get a good day for them. After doing a lot of posing on the summit, it was time to head to our second Munro. because I was still testing out Cody's GoPro, we didn't get a lot of footage of this kind of section of the route. But as you can see from the photographs, it's not actually that hard to get to the second Munro. We did get a lot of snowy sections, as you can see, so it meant occasionally putting on the micro spikes to get along this part of the route. You'll find that the middle Munro is not that impressive, but the scenery around it is very impressive, which more than makes up for it. After the summit, sadly, you have to descend a little bit before you have to start reascending for your third Munro, which is Meagaidh. I personally feel that because this is the Meagaidh circuit, Meagaidh is the perfect Munro to finish off on. After coming down from the summit, you head towards what's known as the window, and when you see it, you can understand why. You get incredible views from this point on the hills, and this is another good reason to do the route anti-clockwise, as I would rather have great views ahead of me than behind me. It's a little bit steep coming down from the window, but it means you get down a lot faster. Then you meet a really good track and you've got your long walk back to the car park. And having this nice easy terrain to walk out on after a long day can make all the difference to your trip. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot, and we shall see you on our next adventure.